In this video, I'm gonna show you how a powerful strobe like the 500 watt second ProPhoto B1 can make a fantastic tool in your natural light photographer's toolkit. Hello interwebs. My name is Pi Jirsa of Lin and Jirsa Photography and SLR Lounge. If you have been paying attention to our Ordinary to Extraordinary series, our very first episode, we showed how to use the ProPhoto B1 by double gelling and doing all these crazy things as a backlight to recreate golden hour sun and create convincingly sun-kissed images when there was no sun. This is kind of our part 2 follow-up video, and we're gonna show you in this video why still a high power strobe like this can be so fantastic as a natural light photographer. And recently we went out on a maternity shoot for Jackie and Ryan. And when Jackie put together her mood board, she had this mood board styled with this natural light, bright and airy pastel vibe to it. And I said, that's so fantastic, Jackie. I'm not gonna take along any flash gear whatsoever. Wrong. No, I take my strobes with me because of situations like the one that we had encountered. So when we got out to our location, we were shooting at Rancho Las Lomas and we're shooting at 12:30 p.m. So we're shooting at noon. We actually got there early too. It's 5 hours before sunset. I mean, sun sets at around 5 p.m. at that time of year. So obviously we have tons of time and tons of natural light. But what we noticed was we actually set up, we had this beautiful little spot on the side of the hill at Rancho Las Lomas where the sun was just coming in through the trees and it looked so amazing. And within 20 minutes it was gone. So not to fret, what we did was we took the ProPhoto B1 and for these images, we're going for a light and airy pastel look. So I did want to use this as my sun, but I didn't want it to be like golden hour kind of look. So we just basically took the ProPhoto B1, we placed it onto the monopod, and guess what? I actually forgot my reflector. The reflector was gonna funnel the light to exactly where I needed it. I forgot it, but I did have one of these speed rings for mounting accessories on it. So I kind of used this as a makeshift reflector by placing it over and just basically putting it right on the edge. It kind of funneled the light forward at least more than it would have without it. We placed it there on the Benro monopod and just braced against 2 little trees, firing right down into our shooting area. Now from our Lighting 101 and Lighting 201 courses, we know that if we're going for a natural look and we're adding strobe to it, we need to make sure that the ambient balance, the ambient exposure is very bright and natural to begin with. So for this scene, I'm using my 5D Mark III. We're shooting around f1.6, 1/200 of a second and ISO 50. We get a very nice and bright natural exposure. Because we need this to put out a lot of juice, we have it at full power. Now that is 500 watt seconds of power. And I always get asked, can you do this with regular flashes? Absolutely. You can do it with regular flashes. The problem is that you're gonna need a lot of them. A regular flash is around 50 to 60 watt seconds of power if you were to measure it the same way that we measure these guys. So you're gonna need 8 to 10 of them to put out 500 watt seconds of power, and that becomes extremely cumbersome. So having a high power strobe in these instances is incredibly helpful. It also doesn't hurt that this guy has like a ridiculously quick full power recycle time. We can pop shots off every other second and this thing can keep up. So let's compare what the scene would look like with and without the ProPhoto firing. So we took one shot on the left without it firing and one shot on the right with it firing, again at that full 500 watt second power. What you're gonna notice at first glance is the images look kind of similar. You can see it's a very nice, natural, and bright look, but by looking closer, you're gonna start noticing that in the right image, her form and figure is much more defined. We have this beautiful highlight along her figure, which really helps to reveal her feminine form. It chiseled her out of the frame. It adds a little bit of a hair light. In the top left and right of the frame, we see a little bit of that light hitting the leaves and creating a little bit of highlights that we lack on the other shot. There's nothing wrong with the other shot. It just lacks the definition and look that we would have if the sun was actually still in the scene. So with that shot, you can see it retouched in its final form. All we did was retouch some of the kind of branches and stuff out of the background to kind of clean it up. And here is that final image. Hopefully you enjoyed this tutorial, and hopefully from this, as well as episode 1 in our Ordinary to Extraordinary series, you can see just how a high power strobe can be an incredible tool in even a natural light photographer's kit. My name is Pi, and if you like this video, please click like. Subscribe to the channel. Who would have thunk it? Leave a comment. Let us know what you think, and we'll keep on creating more awesome tutorials. Also, be sure to click the link below in the description to take you over to the site so you can see more information on all the gear and software and everything used in the making of these photos. See you all in the next video.